Hey everybody, it's Mike Coppage, aka Mr. Clean, here in New Iberia on a Saturday night, and you can see how exciting my Saturday night is going. And I apologize for not looking Mr. Clean like my mom fell and broke her shoulder this week, and so it's been kind of a rough weekend around the Coppage household. But anyway, back to the point at hand, which is football. And what I'm sitting here wanting to tell you is that Parkway is way underrated by some people. I know that NOLA.com has the Panthers, or I think at number 46, and that's overall in the whole state. And this is a team that could compete for the state championship again. Um, when you look at their offense, yes, they did lose All-American Brandon Harris at quarterback, but people who don't know about Keandre Woodtee are going to be pleasantly surprised. He's about 6'3", 6'3 and a half, 190 pounds. Already has a Louisville offer. I saw him at the NUC 5-star, and he can chunk it 50 yards, just standing still. And he has a plethora of offensive skill players to put the ball in their hands. You start off with William McKnight, and if you saw the state championship game against Acadiana last year, William McKnight did a lot of great things for Parkway in that game. He's 6'2", 190. He can play tailback. He can play running back. He can split out. They also have two other backs, and those are Demetrius McAtee and Stacy McCray. And when I was at the NUC 5-star, Courtney Walker was standing beside me. I asked him, I said, "Who are those two guys?" And it was Demetrius and Stacy, and I'm like, "Wow, I mean, you guys got some skill players." And Courtney, if you don't know, he's the father of Parkway's 2016 DB CJ Morgan, and CJ is one of the top DBs in the country. So you have those three guys at running back / wide receiver, and then you also have a tall tight end in Artavius Lynn. They were calling him T-Mike at the NUC 5-star, and I believe he took home the award for his position at that event. And this guy's got sticky hands, and he's really one of the most athletic guys around that you haven't heard much about. So when you combine all those guys with the fact that Parkway has one of the best offensive linemen in the state, Cameron Elof, protecting Woodtee, that's a great offense. And you have David Feaster, who's an offensive mastermind directing things. And when I started with Rivals back around 2005, Coach Feaster was one of the first guys that I ever wrote about. I went over to Minden High School and wrote an article on him called The Equalizer. And if you're old like me, then you might remember the show The Equalizer. And it wasn't geared towards football, but what that guy did, I guess, in fighting crime, kind of reminded me of what Coach Feaster does with his offensive philosophy and attacking defenses. So Coach Feaster is going to move the football. Now, on defense, Parkway's got to improve, but they do have C.J. Morgan. I want to wrap up pretty quick here because I don't want to go on forever, but let's look at the fact that Parkway doesn't have to play all their playoff games on the road this year like they did last year due to that LSHA penalty. And finally, I'd like to talk real quick about their first two games because that's going to be a good barometer of how much success Parkway is going to have, in my opinion. They get Calvary Baptist again in week 1. Last year, Parkway annihilated Calvary, but obviously Calvary is going to be better this year. They have the number 1 quarterback in the nation in 2016, Sean Patterson. I said Shea Patterson. I'm sorry. Sean's is dead. And anyway, my bad on that. But they also have Orlando Bradford, the Arizona running back commit, and they have Sean Brown, who, when you get a couple minutes, I want you to go to Max Preps and please check out the stats for the last 2 years on Sean Brown, S-H-U-N Brown, and you're going to be astounded. Punt returns, kick returns, receptions, interception returns. Just check it out. You're going to think it's typos, I promise you. and finally in week 2, Parkway gets out-of-state power Marshall, Texas again. Last year, Parkway destroyed Marshall. I know Marshall's going to be out for revenge, and Marshall is, perennially an excellent team, and they had a below 500 record last year, but it's a little bit deceptive. I mean, they have lost to a 1-loss Kilgore team. They have a loss to a 2-loss Longview team. They lost to Parkway. They lost to 8-4 Sulphur Springs. They lost to an excellent White House team. So it'll be interesting to see how much Marshall has improved. And so those 2 games are going to be really exciting. And hey, they're coming up just around the corner. So let's all be looking out and see how these games go. And I look forward to talking more about this upcoming season with you guys. And I appreciate your time. Thanks. Peace.